Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure, it's an honor as usual to be out in nature and greeting you wherever you are. And I'm feeling so good being here and knowing deep within that I'm bringing a message of truth to you, a message of self-realization where I'm pointing you to look inwardly. I have nothing for you to join, and I would never point you to look outside of yourself to find the truth. Thus the reason I want to speak to you concerning the bride, of which William Branham spoke about, and the invisible union that he spoke about also. But before I do that, I want to point out to you that all of the messages of William Branham, they had two sides. There was the exoteric side of the message, and there was the esoteric side of the message. Now the exoteric is what those who took the message and ran with and start building so-called churches and declaring themselves as non-denominational with all the forms and rituals. That was the exoteric, and they denominate themselves around William Branham, and they never went beyond the camp, they never went further, they never vibrate further. And those are the ones who call themselves eagles. And I'm not going to say that they are wrong, because the man who says I can and the man who says I can, both are right. Okay? But what I want to point out to you is that where the astronaut can chat, the eagle can go there. And the eagle is still in the animalistic realm, where it lives within the five senses. And we has been given mind and speech, and that is what makes us equal to the immortal. Also was given dominion and power. So with all of that being said, let me just lay the foundation of my teaching for you before I even go any further. Now, the basis of my teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible, it is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history. And that the Bible was written symbolically. Also, that the Bible have no reference to anyone that existed thousands of years ago, or to any actual event that took place upon earth thousands of years ago. As a matter of fact, the original language of the Bible, which is the Hebrew language, was not a language that you explore with your breath. It was a language of symbols. So, with all of that being said, and me laying the foundation, I want to let you know that the Bible is your own biography. I want to also let you know that it's all about you. So, when he spoke about the bride, we have to know who is a bride and who is a groom. And then we have to ask ourselves the question concerning union or marriage. Now, the first thing I want to point out to you is that there's no one in this world can give you a right to have union with another or to have sex. Let me put it that way. Now, I'm going to look at marriage before I actually get into the whole thing about the invisible union, so you can understand something. Now, where in the Bible can you find where it is stated that you have to go and you have to pay the government money to be given a license to actually have sex without feeling guilt and shame? If you can show me that, well then I'll have to admit that I don't know what I'm speaking about. Also, where in the Bible it states that you must also go and pay the government money if you want to get a divorce. And where in the Bible does it state that a woman has to sign a piece of paper to see her monthly cycle or her period? There's no woman in this world who have to sign a piece of paper to see their period. So why do they have to sign a piece of paper to actually have sex without feeling guilt and shame? So my brothers and my sisters, also want to point out that the characters in the Bible, which are just personification and not persons, if they are real persons, what about their surname? You're told that Eliezer went out for a bride for Isaac in the evening time. And Isaac married to Rebekah. What was Rebekah's surname? And they told you that Abraham married to Sarah. What was Sarah's surname? Because the characters in the Bible, they have no surname. Because it's not speaking about people who existed thousands of years ago. They are personification. Also, even Galatians 4:24 tells you that the story of Abraham and Sarah and Hagar, it's an allegory. So check out and see what it's allegory. Okay? So with all of that being said now, let me go into the meat of what I want to speak about. Okay? Now, the first thing I want you to come to realize is that you are a spirit having a human experience. You're not a human trying to be spiritual. Therefore, you have to come to realize you have an inner man and an outer man. You have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is just like the womb of a woman, or just like the earth. Whatever you sow in the earth, it's going to give you back. Whatever you sow in the womb of a woman, she's going to bring back. So a woman can have a child for a Chinese man, a Japanese man, a white man, an Indian man. Because the womb is impartial. The earth is impartial. And so the subconscious mind is impartial also. But the subconscious mind receives communication through feelings. And that secret is when they tell you about Isaac, and Isaac was blind. It is the subconscious mind it is telling you about. And when it tells you about Jacob and Esau, Esau is the outer hairy man, the outer man. And Jacob is the smooth man, the inner man. And there are many people who follow the message of William Branham and they clean shave. Because when I went to Trinidad and I see all the brothers clean shave and I asked them, they say, how the prophet said the angel was clean shave. I have to laugh. I really have to laugh now. You know. So, yes. So, as I was saying, so this union is talking about is when you come to understand your physical being as the expression of the invisible. So the body is the visible soul, and the soul is the invisible body. So when you understand that, you will understand what William Branham is speaking about concerning the bride coming to know how to actually do the works of God. Because to do the works of God, you have to understand that God is the creator in man. And when you understand God is the creator in man, you come to understand that God is your own human imagination, the creator in man. That's the reason why I always remind you of St. John 1 and 3, where he says that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That him is not a man 2,000 years ago. That him is a personification of your own human imagination, teaching you that everything that was made was first imagined, and everything else that ever going to be made must first be imagined. Now you're going to say to me, so then who created the sun, the moon, the stars, all of these things? Everything that you see on the outside is a projection of that which is within. Read Ecclesiastes 3 and 11 and you'll get your answer right there. Now let me give you a little example. There is a flash drive and there's a computer, and a computer is a replica of a man. Now when you look at a flash drive like this, you're not going to see anything, but when you plug it in, it's going to reveal everything that is downloaded on that flash drive. So everything is actually downloaded in you, and you're beholding it in this vast, as if it's a vast world, and you just this little being living in this vast world. No, that is how vast you are. That is the all. And the all is in you. So God gave himself to you because it is God in a body, dreaming the dream of life as you. And the only how you can know is when you awake. When you wake up, you will know that this is a dream. And when I awake within myself, that's when I knew. When that I awake within me, that's when I understand Psalms 78:65, we say, the Lord awake us out of a great sleep, or out of a great dream, as one given to wine. It is teaching you that this life is a dream, and one day you're going to wake up. So yeah, when you speak about the invisible union of the bride and the groom, it is when you learn how to use your subconscious mind. So when you understand how the conscious and the subconscious mind works, and you can create your reality consciously, then you will be able to create. You'll be able to bring forth. Because what does a wife do for her husband? She brings forth, she multiply. She keep the seed going. And the divine law of reproduction, that every seed and every species must reproduce after its own kind. But he was saying to you that you cannot see this union until you see the manifestation. So everything comes from a thought, action, and then manifestation. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay, watch this now. Let me explain for you. When you have a thought, it is invisible. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, you cannot taste it. But when you act upon that which you believe and you can't see, teaching you that faith is loyalty to the unseen. When you do that, you become impregnated with your desire, and then you bring forth the manifestation. That is the creation. And then you no longer have the desire to create. You come into rest. You come into Sabbath. Because that's what you so desire to create. You see it already manifest. And you say it is good. It's done. You create in your world. Because look, let me wrap it up here now for you. Your thoughts, it is what is creating your reality. Your thoughts is what is creating your personality. When you understand that it is your thoughts that is creating your reality or creating your personality, you become more responsible for your thoughts. You will become more responsible for the things you say. And you will understand that every action will stem from a thought. Then you also come to realize that everything in this world, it was first a thought, it was first imagined. Then you come to realize also, if there is one God, therefore there is only one creator. And if there is only one creator, there is only one creative power. And you come to realize that the only creative power that there is in this world is the power of imagining. And the money that we all use, it was first imagined, it was first a thought in somebody's mind. And could you imagine a man who's saying that he's the bride and he's leading the bride, and how they are the last, the church, and they are the Pentecostal church. This man is going to sell his whole ministry, sell everything. All the travel around the world, all the years he spent for $28+ million. And there are people who all around the world who are actually billionaires. Billionaires. So yes, my brother, my sisters, this union is you understanding your outer self and your inner self. Your conscious mind and subconscious mind, and how to work with the conscious and subconscious mind to create your reality consciously, because you come to realize that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's the reason why, my brother, my sisters, as a life coach, I always teach people how they could create their reality consciously. As a matter of fact, I just received a testimonial from someone who have put what I'm saying to work in their life, and within 4 months, they manifest a job that is bringing them $100,000 a year. And they manifest a luxury vehicle that they wanted, a Audi, to be specific. So my brother and my sisters, I can go on and on and on, but when you come to understand that the Bible is a book of science, it is mind science. When you come to realize that the Bible is a book of magic, and when I say magic, it is a book of faith. What is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The camera that I'm looking through to speak to you, there was a time then it was not seen. Now it is seen. The money, the shoes you're wearing, the clothes you're wearing, the house that you're living, everything, it was first unseen, and now it's been made seen. That's why teaching, that's why I say you call those things that be not as they are. Everything takes place within you. It all takes place in the human imagination. And let me give you this last point. It takes imagination to write the Bible. The Bible itself was false at heart. If it's the Holy Mary wrote, I'm an art. I wrote over 9 books I have right now, and I have more books. Okay, and I'll be writing books till the day I leave this earth. Okay, and they're all false at heart. They're all false mental. They're all psychological. So when you say men be inspired, it is teaching you energy, vibration, and frequency. And a thought is a vibrational frequency. So they was hung up. It's showing you these men, which are men like me, mystics, prophet, whichever name you want to call them, sages, yogis, it doesn't matter. Okay? You see, it is one place this whole truth is leading you, but it comes from many different angles. But you can't know it unless you go beyond religion, unless you go beyond denomination, unless you go beyond organization and look within yourself. That's the answer we can know. So, with all that being said, these men who was writing these parables, they were doing it by experience. That's the reason why I'm speaking to you based on experience, and I have nothing that I'm telling you that is theory. That's why I always give you the practical, and I always encourage you to get in touch with me. You can contact me at thirdexodusreview@gmail.com, or you can contact me at blackmadguru@gmail.com. Black as in BLACKMADGURU, one word. Okay? You can contact me there, or you can check out my YouTube channel also, Black Mad Guru. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to encourage you that if what I'm saying, if it is making sense to you, it's resonating with you, then it is for you. For it is said that it's only when the student is ready that the teacher would appear. So if you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, like, comment, ask question if you have to ask question, and do not forget to share this video if you think it's going to help others also. Now, I just want to remind you that this message I bring to you, it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 teaches us that if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brother and my sister, hadn't it been that I would have awakened within myself like a fiery being, I would have heard the unearthly wind, and that single eye has been opened within me. And I've come to realize when it says that you shall change from mortal to immortality in a twinkling of an eye, that the twinkling of an eye is the opening of an eye where you would awake out of the dream of life to come to know who you are. Hadn't it been that would have taken place in my life, and would have brought my crown chakra, and now writing a book called The Secret Vagina to show you the true virgin birth, I wouldn't have been out here teaching you and always giving you the symbol of the single eye, and showing you why the prophet mentioned the eye over the pyramid, showing you from your shoulder up is a pyramid, from your shoulder to your waistline is a pyramid, and from your waistline down to the sole of your feet it's a pyramid. And that is the tree of life, because the Bible is your own biography. That's the reason I always give you the symbol, and letting you know, don't let no one fool you or deceive you to tell you it's some Arsean eye or some Lucifer. It's not true. It is the Arsean eye of the God in you. When it happens, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life. Then you will understand why Psalms 84:11 says that the Lord thy God is a sun, as in a S-U-N, and a shield. Check it out for your own self. And no good thing will he withhold from you. Then you will come to realize that the sun, as in the S-U-N, is the giver of all life, and that there is no S-O-N that could exist without there first be the S-U-N, and that there is no way there is any Jesus who ever existed 2,000 years ago that had special powers that is known as the light of the world. Also, you come to realize why Malachi 1:2 says that the sun, as in the S-U-N of righteousness, shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And then you will come to realize that the sun is what powers all of humanity, and that also the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, my brother, my sister, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your sun power, your solar power, your God power, your creative power to achieve your every desire and do it consciously. So with that, I want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.